I'm surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and.
Filed in 1996 when a woman stated that when she was 15 years old, R. Kelly, who was 24, not only had sex with her, but also encouraged her to bring her young friends to see him. And of course, Kelly's relationship with R&B sensation Aaliyah has long been scrutinized. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 15. He was 27. After allegedly having contact with her for years leading up to the marriage, was ultimately annulled. And we know that in the end, Kelly was convicted. He was convicted of child pornography, racketeering, and yes, trafficking charges in 2 states.
A lot of people think Jay-Z's the next one to go down. And some are saying, well, how's that linked? Well, Jay-Z obviously had a lot of issues and a lot of these guys go after the young girls. Everyone seemed to want Aaliyah. After R. Kelly had Aaliyah and all that stuff, Jay-Z wanted when Dame Dash was dating her. Well, Dame Dash and him were partners in Rockefeller Records. So Jay-Z wanted a young protege to kind of have an empire with, and he eventually got that with Beyonce. But these girls are very young. And then obviously Foxy Brown, they said Jay-Z met her when she was 15 or 16. Some even said 14.
R. Kelly is in the spotlight, and he seems ready to trade secrets for his freedom. Early release may be on the table, but the cost. Spilling major details about Diddy and Jay-Z. R. Kelly, once revered as the King of R&B, had millions singing along to his hits. The facade shattered when Kelly was caught in a web of allegations involving trafficking and even child pornography.
He's a phenomenon in the music industry. R. Kelly, as famous to his generation as the Beatles were to theirs. But the man who sold 30 million records, earned 3 Grammys, and topped the music charts all summer is shadowed by the most shameful criminal charges. 14 counts of child stemming from that infamous tape in which prosecutors say he stars. But is there something more to the story? Here's Jay Shadler with an exclusive interview.
These chocolate covered strawberries, love so sweet, you're my chocolate factory.
R. Kelly is a one-man odd couple, selling both love and lust to a author of Bump and Grind and a defendant in a criminal case charging him with child porn. Kelly has denied the charges and is awaiting trial.
If it's early in the morning, we will be bumping and grinding.
Man, this is simple, man. You know, I'm a good person, man. I love people. People need to understand that R. Kelly is not who they think, but it's who I know, you know. I'm not perfect. I'm not some Jesus that people should worship, but I am not no demon. I'm no devil. I'm no criminal.
Do you consider yourself conflicted at all about these 2 personas, this incredibly presence on stage, and this desire to be an upright Christian man? That's quite a cavern you're trying to straddle.
Well, being a Christian doesn't necessarily mean you're this upright person. Being a Christian is someone who's repented for their sins and said, God, forgive me.
Sure.
And when you say it today doesn't mean you can't say it tomorrow. And that's why God is who he is.
But that can get to be an easy way out after a while, because all you're saying is, hey, forgive me again.
Well, that's not all you're saying. You're continuing to pray. You're continuing to gain strength. It's like walking into a health club, man, and you like 600 pounds, you know, because you got a long way to go.
I can feel it. I'm the world's greatest.
Kelly's mix of gospel and bordello has deep roots in rhythm and blues, but he's given it his own urban spin.
I'm about to take my key and stick it in the ignition, so give me that.
He was really one of the first R&B artists to be able to compete in the world of hip-hop, to be able to be as cool as the rappers, as tough as the rappers, as interesting as the rappers.
Khalifa Sane is a music critic with the New York Times.
I think when you listen to R. Kelly's music over and over again, one of the things you do hear is obsession and this idea of, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I kind of really want to. You know, as he sings, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah.
Robert Kelly was born on the south side of Chicago, abandoned by his father and raised by a single mom.
Briefly paused the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist helped calm him down.
I hope this camera keep going.
No, we're going to let the camera keep rolling.
It doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Their mothers and fathers told me, we're gonna destroy your career.
You know, wondering about you. Do you like teenage girls?
When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
Girls who are teenagers.
19?
19 and younger.
I have some 19-year-old friends, but I don't like anybody illegal, if that's what we're talking about, underage.
Uh-huh. Some people think that you like underage girls. What do you say to that?
Well, those people that don't know Robert, they don't know me, you know, so. I usually don't get into what people think about me, you know, because all my career, you know, even before the trial, people have had their opinions about Robert, you know, and that's probably because it has a lot to do with me. I kind of shy away from the crowd, you know, because I'm always in the studio, digging deep into the basement all the time of my house, creating music. So, you know, people, when they don't know you and they can't really touch you like they could someone else, they seem to form opinions or have thoughts about you that they like to, you know, think. So
some of the people who have worked with you have said that there's an issue here. Your former manager has said publicly that there's an issue of concern here. Your brother Kerry has said there's an issue of concern here.
Issue of concern? Mm-hmm. What do you mean when you say issue of concern?
They've said that they're concerned that you like underage girls.
Let me put it to you this way, man. You know, unfortunately, the people that don't work for me says that. The people that do work for me don't say that. And the people that don't work for me were fired. If you had someone work for you and they're mad because they're not working for you anymore, and they're used to getting a certain amount of money, or they're used to getting a certain amount of fame because they work for you because you're famous, and all of a sudden they mess you around and then you let them go. Anything that comes up about you, they're gonna run and say, yeah, you know, he did that to me. I knew this too about him. But you really can't, you know, I don't want you, I don't want BET, I don't want my fans. Do not listen to the people that was fired. You know, don't even listen to the people that was hired. You know, listen to the facts and get into what you think and make your own opinions. If you're gonna have an opinion about me, have your opinion about what you may think about me. You know, what you definitely don't do is go by somebody that was fired and they're mad and pissed off at me because they were fired.
Just 24 hours after his explosive interview aired here on CBS This Morning, court officers in Chicago arrested him yesterday after a hearing over unpaid child support bills. Authorities say that Kelly will stay in jail until he comes up with more than $161,000 that he owes his 3 children. This morning, in a portion of the interview that you haven't heard, we actually talked to R. Kelly for over 80 minutes. The R&B singer says he has little money left. Your income, it was reported that your income was very high. Hundreds of millions of dollars, we'll say that, because I don't want to get hung up on the semantics.
That's one room I wish that was true.
And yet, when you were in jail last week, the bond was $100,000, and they said R. Kelly couldn't even afford to get himself out of jail, that a friend had to come and bail you out of jail. What is your financial situation, if you don't mind saying?
Here's the deal. So many people have been stealing my money. People was connected to my account. I went by myself for the first time to Bank of America. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what the hell was going on.
When did you do that? First time by yourself?
About 3 weeks ago to a month.
3 weeks ago was the first time you went to Bank of America?
Absolutely.
By yourself?
By myself. Because I was so tired of not knowing where my money was, where my publishing is.
Isn't that on you then?
Huh?
Isn't that on you?
A lot of it's on me.
That you didn't know where your money is?
A lot of it's on me.
And people say he doesn't have money because he had to pay so much in settlements. What do you say about that?
Lie.
According to court documents, Kelly settled 3 lawsuits with women who alleged they were minors when he had with them. But Kelly says what really cost him is the people who had access to his bank account, something he found out from a bank teller.
I had like $350,000 in the bank.
And I told her, look, take that. I want to start a new account, and that's the way it is, right? So she said, okay, it's gonna take 6 to 7 business days to clear. Does that make sense?
Yeah. On 10 counts of aggravated criminal. He says he was unable to access his bank account to make bail. Now he's back in jail for this separate child support case, something he became emotional about during our interview.
How can I pay child support? How? If my ex-wife is destroying my name and I can't work, how can I work? How can I get paid? How can I take care of my kids? How?
Your ex-wife.
Use your common sense.
Your ex-wife says you were her, Robert.
13 lying. 13 years being married. I flew in on a helicopter. I flew in on a helicopter.
Yes. Yes. Can somebody get us some tissue?
I don't want no tissue. I'ma leave.
As R. Kelly's downfall gained momentum, multiple people from his past, including his ex-wife Andrea Kelly, stepped forward to expose the grim reality behind the glitz and glamour.
People have no idea that there's 2 different men. That there's the person, Robert, there's the persona, R. Kelly.
Go ahead on, break them off with a little previews of the remix.
R. Kelly, widely regarded as the but his ex-wife Drea Kelly says lurking behind that Playboy image, there's a more sinister persona.
Here I am, his principal dancer, choreographer, on stage, right next to him. And people have no idea that this man just beat me on the bus. People have no idea of the bruises I'm hiding.
Drea claims she was a victim herself of emotional, physical, and at the hands of Robert Kelly.
Did you ever fear for your life?
Yes.
You thought he might kill you?
Yeah.
Your kids?
No. But me, definitely.
Their tumultuous relationship initially began with a love for his music.
Thawing video, there's a part in there where I'm dressed as a geisha. This is around the time when Matrix came out, so I put the Matrix move in the video.
There she is, front and center, his wife of 13 years and mother to his 3 children.
Why did you decide now?
Summer of 2017 hits. All these allegations start coming out again, and I'm like, God, I don't think I can take this one.
We're going to begin this half hour with those disturbing allegations against R. Kelly.
He texted R. Kelly to let my daughter free.
Those claims stem from a BuzzFeed article detailing allegations from 2 parents who say their daughter was being held against her will by Kelly. The article also alleges that 6 women live in properties rented by Kelly in Chicago and the Atlanta suburbs, and that he controls every aspect of their lives. Charges that Kelly and several of the women, including the daughter of the concerned parents, have denied. Those allegations have sparked a movement. Celebrities like John Legend and Viola Davis joining the call to #MuteRKelly, demanding that people stop playing and promoting his music. Apple Music removed him from their featured playlists. And after months of silence, R. Kelly released this 19-minute song called I Admit.
I'm so falsely accused. Tell me, how can you judge when you never walked in my shoes?
What do you make of his song, I Admit?
That is the dumbest thing he's ever done. Because you didn't admit anything. That was the classic narcissistic response.
The pair first met more than 20 years ago in their mutual hometown of Chicago. R. Kelly, at the time 27 years old, had just skyrocketed to #1 with his breakout hit, Bump and Grind. He was about to embark on his first tour as a solo performer and was auditioning backup dancers.
I remember I danced the paint off the walls. They started clapping and he was like, you got the job.
Just 19 years old, it was her dream gig. Andrea says she would quickly rise from backup to principal dancer and eventually choreographer. Shortly thereafter, she says her then boss would seek a more intimate relationship.
I do remember when he said he fell in love. He said, I was sitting on the back of the tour bus reading the Bible. He said, and you remind me of my mama.
At this point, you hadn't seen any kind of indication that there may be any kind of violence or rudeness?
No, but what I did see is a man who's very controlling.
R. Kelly would continue to climb the Billboard charts, soon becoming a household name.
Married, but at that point, I had seen him go from just an all-black audience knowing who he was, to now you're doing Space Jam, you're getting Grammy nods, winning Grammys.
R. Kelly, I Believe I Could Fly.
Oh, wow.
At a certain point, your marriage started going down. When was that point?
When I was pregnant with my first child, he locked me in a bathroom and I slept in a bathtub.
Outwardly, Kelly was the portrait of a doting father, cradling his baby girl Joanne in Celine Dion's I'm Your Angel. And even though they would go on to have 2 more children, Drea says their marriage was crumbling. And then in 2002,
R. Kelly was charged today with 21 counts of child.
a tape emerges.
Surfaced and the allegations surfaced of the child pornography charges. Did you believe it?
No, I'm thinking to myself, that's impossible. But again, he kept me very sheltered.
Did some part of you have a nagging suspicion?
I'm too busy dealing with my own.
Has been with R. Kelly about 3 years now.
She fell in love with someone that is a predator.
It's been almost 2 years and we still haven't seen our daughter. We both was blindsided. We didn't know about the storm was coming.
My daughter Dominique has been in his life for 9 years. Any man that don't let their mother see their child see their mother and she still living, you ain't got no heart. I'm not giving up. I'm not. My plan is just to go into the hotel. I know she's there. God didn't leave me here and then take it away. I came too close. Come on, we leaving? Come on.
All right, folks, and my next guest, also, you saw her last night. She's a former protege of R. Kelly. Her name is the singer Sparkle. Here we go. First, play a clip of her from last night's documentary.
When the trial began, this was a big media event, so it was a real circus.
The prosecution, their entire case was the tape. R. Kelly and an underage girl having.
They turned down the lights and they put it on, and it's grim.
Like, you hear things, but to see it visually, and for her to be so young. My oldest brother did get on the stand, and he said that it wasn't her. It wasn't my niece on the tape.
Before the verdict came down, I saw Sam Adams Jr., who was sitting next to R. Kelly, turn to him and say, "We did everything we could." And the mood in the room was very much that he was about to be a condemned man.
The series everyone is talking about.
All right, folks, and again, joining us right now is Sparkle. Sparkle, glad to have you here on Roland Martin Unfiltered.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
It was hard watching this last night as someone who had to go through this up close and personal. How was it for you to see the reaction to the first 2 parts of this docuseries last night?
Wow, rough for you. It was really rough for me. I had a bevy of emotions again, angry, and to learn a lot more things that I didn't know. It was hard.
And when you talk about, first of all, there were things that you were aware of, there were other folks involved, but then also to see all of these stories meshed together, to see the other women, to hear individuals, men who were in his camp, talk of describing when his personal aide being at the wedding of R. Kelly and Aaliyah, and then hearing his brother who's in prison say, "Well, look, I like older women, and Robert, he likes younger women. That's just folks' taste." I mean, it was a whole lot to deal with in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it will continue tonight. The people involved and my involvement in it really was because I basically got the ball rolling with the tape of my niece being on the tape. Robert having taped them, filmed them, and then when I was able to view the tape via a lawyer here in Chicago, I called the authorities immediately, You know, I didn't wait a day, a second, an hour, even a year. I called them immediately.
Now that R. Kelly is behind bars, he's not just sitting quietly. Instead, he's throwing major shade at two of the biggest names in hip-hop, Jay-Z and Diddy.
What were some of the things that you guys actually talked about? What were some of the things that you guys actually conversed about?
Well, one of the things is, you know, Jay-Z run hip-hop culture right now. You know, the man became like a real god of our culture. So everybody know that Jay-Z and R. Kelly was working together at one time with the Best of Both Worlds tour. And I think they did 2 albums together, Best of Both Worlds 1 and 2.
Right.
So, you know, everybody on Jay-Z pick, everybody Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that, you know what I mean? So everybody in there was asking me like, what happened with you and Jay-Z? It was rumors like back in 2002, I think, that they was on tour and Jay-Z posted, did something to him or whatever. So I wasn't the only one asking me about that shit. I was one of the ones that was more so close to him, you know, so. You know, he opened up to other people, but he opened up to me about that shit. And one of the things he said, and let me say this first, you know, Malcolm X once said that the media is the most dangerous weapon that the United States have. And he said it's because they can make the innocent look guilty and they can make the guilty look innocent. And what he meant by that is if Juice Talk TV control the media,
right,
and you mad at me because I your right, you know, which I want to do because I love you.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But you could get so upset that you could up my whole reputation, my image. You could make me look like the worst person on the planet because you control the motherfucking media. And this media shit, everybody, whether it's social media, TV, or reality show, everybody believe this shit that they see in the media. So if the media starts saying R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know, they did this shit to R. Kelly, they did this shit to Bill Cosby, they did this shit to Mike Tyson, they did this shit to Tupac, they did this shit to Kobe Bryant, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't catching on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the then they killed Kobe, you know what I mean? Y'all ain't catching on. But my thing was, look, I'm not judging because I know how they do powerful black men. So I asked him about the Jay-Z. And just to sum it up, man, like he basically was saying, you know, Jay-Z with that organization. You know what I mean? Jay-Z, some people say about Illuminati, you know, Illuminati is up here, but they got organizations under them who running the music industry. So I want to say Jay-Z with the Illuminati, because I don't know if he that powerful yet, but I believe what Kels told me as far as like Jay-Z with them. You know what I'm saying? And like Tory Lanez daddy had just came out when they convicted him for this with Megan Thee Stallion. And he basically said Jay-Z got these young artists selling their souls. And hearing that and hearing the that R. Kelly was saying about Jay-Z is like damn, is that true? You know, Jay-Z probably my favorite rap artist. I like him too, but for me it's about being 100, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a how much money you got or how everybody else on your you ain't 100 based on my principles and standards, man. You know what I mean? So I took R. Kelly's side because I believe what he was saying, even with the shit with Aaliyah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about this. Everybody bashing him about with Aaliyah when she was young. But then you gotta think about Jay-Z was fucking Foxy Brown when she was the exact same age. So why ain't nobody saying nothing about that? You know what I mean? But you know, that ain't my business. That's another story. It just, you know, when you're in jail, everybody got stories. You want to hear that shit, be interesting. You know what I mean?
Was that some of the things that Kels was talking about? You know, the Aaliyah situation?
Yeah, that's another, you know, what I just explained about Jay-Z was one of the things, you know. He talked about Aaliyah, but he basically felt like, because, you know, Aaliyah people put her on Kels. And they put her on him in a way that it was like this. That's you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you mentioned the best of both worlds with R. Kelly. Have you maintained any type of contact with R. Kelly since?
We spoke, like, you know what I'm saying, we spoke a couple times, but I don't really want to be like, I know he's getting calls from everywhere, and you know, some people really concerned, some people just want to be nosy. They want to know what's going on in the guy's life. You know, I don't want to be another person like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, got love for the dude. You know, I mean, if he's guilty, I just hope and pray that he get help. If he's not, I wish everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody embrace him, you know, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. Our contact is just sparse.
Okay. Were you, as a solo artist, were you concerned about that whole ordeal affecting you the next time you came out with this album?
I was not concerned for my career, like as far as an artist. I know, like, I mean, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. Like, I know I ain't have nothing to do with that. So, you know, the alleged incident. You know what I'm saying? So, it was just, I was more so. If the one word, that one feeling that I could, you know, I think about when I think about the album is just like blown opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's like what we did with the album as far as like we was in the process of touring. Like we was putting together a show, like a show, like a 2 hours straight. Like you do 3 songs, run on stage. I'm gonna do 3 songs, run on stage. We're gonna change the set. Then we gonna come back and do Fiesta together. Then we gonna come do this one again. You know what I'm saying? It would have been something real creative, and that's the whole reason why that album came together, was just do something creative and new that nobody really done before. Is bring these 2 genres of music together and make something really crazy, and then go out on tour and make history. We'd probably be in Europe right now.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, they would probably have 4 legs on that tour. That would have been a beast.
Could have been 5 legs. You know, that definitely.
A lot of people think Jay-Z's the next one to go down, and some are saying, well, how's that link? Well, Jay-Z obviously had a lot of issues and a lot of these guys go after the young girls. Everyone seemed to want Aaliyah. After R. Kelly had Aaliyah and all that stuff, Jay-Z wanted when Dame Dash was dating her. Well, Dame Dash and him were partners in Rockefeller Records. So Jay-Z wanted a young protege to kind of have an empire with, and he eventually got that with Beyonce. But these girls are very young. And then obviously Foxy Brown, they said Jay-Z met her when she was 15 or 16. Some even said 14. It's hard to get exacts. But he said he never dated her. There's a lot of things that are being said. And you look at his other situations Jay-Z has. Who was his best friend? R. Kelly. Jay-Z did one.
So, what do you think? Should R. Kelly get less time for exposing other evil artists? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.